Good afternoon, it's the 30th of October 2021 and I'm panning round. I'm in Newtownards, County Down, and I'm panning round looking down High Street. And there's a very interesting construction here. Very interesting construction, and I have videoed this Market Cross before. It's a place where in the 1800s people would congregate. People would tie their horses to and bring their cattle to and sell them. You know, take yourself back in time and try and envisage this. None of these shops here and everything very, you know, rough and ready. And you know, wasn't advanced like we are now. And this was a central point for people to come to. And I have videoed this before, as I said. And back whenever I videoed before, it was pretty rough looking. You couldn't see the colour of the sandstone. It was black because of you know, diesel fumes and all the rest of it, and the gargoyles, etc., were in a bad state of repair, and you just couldn't make anything out. But it's all been refurbished. Apparently down in underneath here it was a jail. So it held drunks and people like that. So there's some of the gargoyles. Try and get them in that have been worked at. And it says 1636 is the date that this Market Cross was erected. And there are various coats of arms here that have, well, they've taken a lot of wear, so I'm not too sure who they're off. They're probably somebody local. I don't know. The Londonderries maybe. Fabulous iconic construction here. Historical architecture, and I believe that this is probably the only Market Cross of its kind that remains in the whole of Ulster. Not too sure about the whole island of Ireland. Is it the only one of its kind? Not too sure. And if Newtownards and all the rest of it can refurbish this, maybe the council could get round to refurbishing the beautiful Gothic style monument at Srigley. That was a remembrance of one of the big mill owners. It would be a shame to let the Srigley one, you know, fall to bits. I know it's going to cost a heck of a lot of money, but you know. So, from sunny Newtownards, which is a surprise in itself, on the Market Cross here. Come and see it for yourself. I'm surprised that there's no plaque up. Maybe there is on this wall over on the far side, just don't know. There is indeed a notice board here. Market Cross dates from 1636, by which time Hugh Montgomery's Newtownards settlement had grown to around 100 dwellings, mainly clustered around the area of the Market Cross. The original building was flat-topped with a parapet and had a tall pillar in the centre surmounted by a carved lion. Markets were held every Saturday and special fairs were held as well. popular events which drew merchants from as far away as Belfast. And there's a similar market cross in Prestonpans, Scotland. That was the original design of the market cross here in Newtownards. There's part of this one here is part of a Scottish school of platform market crosses, of which it is unique outside Scotland, which shows the historical importance of the early Scottish settlement in the town. Some interpretations state the cross was damaged by Cromwellian forces in 1653 and rebuilt in 1666. But an account by William Montgomery, grandson of Hugh, in 1683 describes the building in its original form. It was at some point between then and the Ordnance Survey mapping in 1830s that the cross took on its present conical roof. Oh, there's the various coats of arms. Datestone, Shaw Family Arms, Irish Harp, Royal Arms, English Rose, Newtownards Town Arms, Scottish Saltire with Coronet, Montgomery Viscount, Mount Charles Alexander Arms. The importance of the settlements centre here diminished in the 1700s when Alexander Stewart created Conway Square and a new market house, now Arts Centre. During the redevelopment, 60 new houses were built and the opportunity was taken to reorientate the town to focus on the new piazza rather than the market cross. In the early 19th century, linen production became very important in the town, and a weaver's quarter developed near the cross round a spinning factory on Castle Place. This time the old cross marked the entrance from the high street into the poor quarter of the town, which stretched down towards the old Shore Road. Local memory also recalls that the old cross functioned as an office from which the Londonderry family collected rents on their surrounding estates and property, probably in the late 18th century and 19th centuries. By 1940s, it was noted the interior had been used as a prison for the drunk and disorderly. So that's all the information about this very famous historical market cross in Newtownards. Come and see it for yourself.